The journey has been both challenging and immensely rewarding. It's been 2 years of laying a new foundation of changing the narrative about Niger State from one of potential to one of active investment and industrial growth. My name is Aminu Suleiman Takuma, the former Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Industry, Trade, Investment and Private Sector Development. If I were to pinpoint one achievement that stands out, it is the fundamental of shift in investors' confidence. We have moved from having ideas on paper to securing tangible commitments, most notably the landmark Niger State Agricultural Industrial Processing Corridor, which some people also refer to as Niger State Special Agro Processing Zone, and the historic establishment of Africa's largest shea butter processing company, plant, which is located in Kudu in Mokwa local government. This is not just about projects. For us, it's about changing the economic destiny of our people. For decades, our farmers have worked hard, but the real value addition, the job creation, the wealth creation from processing happens elsewhere. The Niger State SAPZ is our strategy to capture value right here in Niger State. We are strategically focusing on our core competence, which is rice, maize, cassava, livestock, just to mention a few. The transformation is multi-layered. For example, for the farmer, it moves them from subsistent to commercial agriculture with a guarantee of offtake of their products, leading to increased and stable income. For job creation, we are creating jobs across the value chain. It's not just farm jobs, it is also logistics, packaging, processing, marketing, engineering. We project the first phase along to create over 10,000 direct and indirect jobs. The Kudu Shea Butter Plant is a project of immense pride to us. Me in particular, because when it first started around 2016, I was there with them. I was then the coordinator for the USAID project, Nigerian Expanded Trade and Transport, and I facilitated their being funded for feasibility studies, a bankable document that made them to have access to funding. So it's a direct answer to years of exploring raw shea nuts and importing finished shea butter. The impact is profound. For example, economic empowerment to women. They have employed so far over 5,000 women. Skills transfer and jobs for youth. The plant requires operators, technicians, quality control officers, and administrative staff. So most of these positions will be drawn from the locality, Kudu, Mokwa, and the rest. And of course, community development. The presence of such a world-class facility within Mokwa has proud local commerce with improvement in small businesses from transportation to hospitality. As I speak to you today, we have some Chinese that are even in Sunti, but are not able to even get accommodation. This is because of industrialization that is coming to that area. So it has put Mokwa on the global map as a hub for agricultural businesses. What attracted the Chinese, Turkish, and now including some European companies was a combination of active persuasion, and the undeniable opportunities we present. We did not wait for them. We engaged them with clear propositions. And let me list out a few of them. Number one and topmost is political will. The former governor personally led investors' roadshow abroad and provided guarantee of the government's full support. We also talked about the abundant raw materials, in our state. We showed them the data, our vast arable land, our mineral resources, our shea nuts, just to mention a few. There's also the issue of the improved security, because Niger State at a point, was being tagged as one of those states that we have banditry. Now, what some people don't know, and we had to explain to these foreigners, is that Niger State is 10% of Nigeria in landmass. And therefore, from where the special agro processing corridor is to the border, you would have to drive 8 hours plus. And for that reason, with the security agents that government is collaborating with, we have done our best and tried to ensure that security is good. And also, the SAPZ has also set up its own security team. So for this few reasons, the investors are quite comfortable, with what we have put together so far. Now, for our local entrepreneurs, like you said, the benefit is a lot. We have structured this investment to include the local content requirements. Nigerian companies are being engaged as suppliers of goods and services. Our entrepreneurs can form joint ventures, become distributors of finished goods, and most importantly, learn global best practice in manufacturing and supply chain. We have the trade-related MOUs that have been signed, and we have the investment-related MOUs that have been signed. Let me start with the trade-related. One of the trade-related MOUs that was signed with Dangote, which is 1.8 trillion for the production of paddy rice. That is in the works now. It was signed by Niger Foods on behalf of the state government. But of course, other players can come in. For example, the SAPZ, some of the Chinese that are located within the SAPZ are going to be producing this paddy rice that will be aggregated by Niger Foods, and then supply is done to the Dangote. There's also Produce for Lagos, which was also signed. And this is about 5 billion naira. And what are we doing? We're producing yams for Lagos State, so that it will feed into their own agricultural hub, for sale. So this is the aspect of the trade-related MOUs. Now, the investment-related MOUs that have been signed are the likes of what we're doing now on the SAPZ. For example, the SAPZ has signed about 21 MOUs. 9 already are in the process of relocating to Nigeria. There's what we call certificate of capital importation. That is what we're dealing with right now. The equipment they are bringing, the cash they are bringing, we're talking to our bankers so that whatever they bring in through the banks, CCI, certificate of capital importation, would be given to them so that when they come to repatriating their money, they're able to repatriate their money 100%. So the issue of the MOU, is ongoing. And before the dissolution of the council, the former governor had directed all of us, particularly my ministry, to put together all the MOUs that have been signed, and a copy should be made available to the Office of the Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice. Another set should be made available to the Office of the Secretary to the State Government. So that's a very good question. Let me start with when I first resumed, I had no baseline from where to start. There are files, the files are so disorganized. they are mostly files on contracts. A ministry like Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment should have, even if for nothing, at least four categories of different kind of files. 1, administrative. 2, policy. 3, project related files. And 4, if you like, contracts, if there are any contracts at all to be awarded by the ministry. The only files that you can find are files on what? Contracts, and a little about policies. That doesn't even make sense. What I mean by it doesn't make sense is it does not make any, it's not in tandem with the vision and mission of Governor Bago. So we had to start all over again. Today, when I left the office, if you go to the office, every single project that we have done, investment project, there is a file on it. Every single project, there is a file on it. And that's why when I even left the office and I heard some stories about what the retired permanent secretary was saying, I just laughed, because this is about record keeping, you know, it's about posterity. Whoever goes into the office and wants to know about the SAPZ, there is a file there that he can call for and he would know. So the difference between our administration and the previous administration is the fact that with us, you would find record. And with us, actual projects are coming to Niger State. Projects that are private sector driven, not projects where government is fully involved. Government has no business to go into business. Business should be conducted by the private sector. You know, that would win the confidence of the people. So it's a major difference between our administration and the previous administration. Mokwa is my home. Its development is personal to me. Beyond the Shea Butter Plant, our strategy is centered on a game-changing infrastructure project. The establishment of, for one, the Mokwa Inland Container Depot. It is critical. This is not just another project. It is a strategic economic masterstroke. Positioned within the SAPZ corridor, the Mokwa ICD will serve as a critical logistics and export hub. Its impact will be quite transformative. And for our farmers and processors, it will drastically reduce the cost and time of exporting finished goods like the shea butter, processed rice, even cassava products, because we are producing ethanol from cassava. And that is another 135 million euros project. And that is also in the pipeline as we speak. So for me, the plans I have for Mokwa is quite enormous. The ICD alone would even attract more industrialization in the area. It will bring in a lot of jobs, wealth creation, you know, just to mention a few. But this combined with our plans for key road infrastructure and the Mokwa Youth in Agribiz scheme, this will position Mokwa not just as a producer, but as a major player in national and international trade. We are building an economic ecosystem, and the ICD is actually the engine. That is quite an emotional one. So let me first state unequivocally that the government of Niger State, under the leadership of His Excellency former Governor Mohammed Umaru Bago, feels the deep pain and anxiety of our citizens in Mokwa. We have not forgotten them, and we will not rest until they are properly resettled. Now, the perception of inaction is understandable, but I want to assure our people that a project of this magnitude, the proper and permanent resettlement of communities, requires meticulous planning to avoid a repeat disaster. We are not just providing temporary relief, we are building a sustainable future for the victims. Let me be clear about the government's position and action plan. There is a comprehensive assessment that is going on right now as we talk. And the delay has been partly due to critical task of conducting a thorough geotechnical and topographic survey to identify and secure land that is safe for this resettlement we are talking about. There is a holistic support plan. The government's plan is not limited to just houses. It is a comprehensive package that includes the construction of new homes, critical infrastructure like access roads, livelihood restoration, and there is a collaborative effort. We are all in constant dialogue with our partners at the federal level and the National Emergency Agency and the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs to ensure a seamless flow of resources, and support. The procurement process is ongoing, and I want to appeal to our people to give some more time, and they will see the results of the efforts of government. So these donations are kept in a particular post under the directive of His Excellency, the Farmer Governor. So like I said earlier, we have to come up with plans. The resettlements would cost money. Building new houses will cost money. Even the survey to ensure that they are resettled properly in good areas where we would avoid the reoccurrence of such a disaster will cost money. Now, and as we still speak, more donations are coming in, except for these donations come in a smaller chunks. These monies are being kept, to be utilized. And if we can just be a little bit patient, this second half coming into government, people would begin to see the impact of these donations, the impact of this money, that has been made. But let's not forget, there are some people that have actually started collecting, the cash that comes to them. And a database has been kept for everybody that has collected. So the preparation is ongoing and it's going on very well. As a matter of fact, I am the Director of Finance for the campaign committee for the council elections. And since Monday this week, we've been holding meetings on and off. We have met with community leaders, we have met with traditional institution, we have met with the youth, we have met with women, and this engagement is going to continue. About 2 weeks ago, we had a stakeholders meeting in Mokwa where, we were all present there and we had serious conversation on how to go. So what the inner caucus is doing, because even today from 9 a.m. we were in a meeting that didn't end until 1:30 p.m. is putting together a holistic arrangement on how we're going to win this election. And I am telling you comfortably that the APC is ready, and I know we're going to clinch this election. We will take the chairmanship, we will take the entire councillors. We're preparing seriously for it, and engagement will continue. In fact, after the flag off of Saturday by His Excellency the Farmer Governor, we have told ourselves that we're all relocating back to our various units and wards, and we will convey in Mokwa, which is the capital, to continue the engagement until a day to the election, where all of us will go back to our various villages and cast our votes there before finally, coming back to me. So that's the preparations we have so far. Mr. Governor is preparing this list based on KPIs, key performance indicators by every ministry. One of the other KPI is also Operation Deliver Your Local Government, especially for commissioners. Now, if we look at the aspect of the work, and what do I mean by work? Industrialization, trade, and investment inflow. Alhamdulillah is all I'll say for what I have done. You cannot mention the SAPZ without my name featuring. And I want to thank the former governor for giving me this opportunity, because every single thing I have taken to him, he had approved. Now, picking a commissioner is solely and entirely at his own discretion. But I know that comfortably, even if I don't get to come back, I know I have made my mark in Mokwa, and I'll continue to be grateful to the former governor, and I'll continue to be grateful to Allah.